Hey you guys, so today I'm going to be performing a freestyle set on my client right here. So for starters, you notice that this nail right here that I'm on has some trauma. She slit her nail in the middle and then it was dead, and when she came back to me, I guess it had been removed. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do that nail right there. So I'm just starting off with my prep. Hey guys, so I've already done my clear layer over all the other nails, and now I'm just going to go in with a form and I'm going to do a clear nail for her. I'm going to form a clear nail with my clear acrylic, so that way I'm still getting that same result that I would if I was using a tip and doing my clear acrylic like I do all of my other nails. When I'm using the form, you want to make sure that I know that I make sure that I'm not using a bead that's too wet. I'm not doing marble or anything. So I'm just ensuring that I have a nice bead and that I'm shaping the way that I want the nail to be shaped, which is a square. Also, make sure that you apply your forms properly because that will be an issue if you do not. And here I'm just making sure it's the same length as the other nail, okay? So now we're going to remove this form. You want to break this part apart first and then gently remove it. There we go. So now you can see it matches the other nails. So now I'm just going to go in with my acrylic and I'm going to start the application process, okay? So for this, I'm deciding to just do a lot of nails with the nude base. When I'm doing freestyles, I just have ideas going through my mind as I'm working, honestly. So here I just start with applying a base. So right here, I decided that I want to do a marble, and I'm just going to go with my clear. And then I'm going to apply the pink color and just swirl the acrylic around so that way it marbles. I do small beads at a time and work my way down. Sometimes I do work my way up, just depending on, what I'm doing at that exact moment. So make sure that your beads are a little bit wetter so that way you can like marble them around with no issue. Everything will go with at ease, and just make sure that everything looks good. Now I'm going to go in and encapsulate. That has something in it. Now I'm going to go in and encapsulate the nail. So here I am, just applying that clear acrylic, and just making sure that it's nice and encapsulated so that way I do not foul off my design when I file. Okay, you guys, so now I'm going to show you guys my thumb application because we just don't get enough thumb application love, okay? So now I'm just gently applying my acrylic, making sure I'm moving everything around to where I want it to be. Also ensuring that I'm keeping my square shape. I like to do the pat and pull method, as I mentioned it before in a different video. And you just see me pulling down, make sure everything is nice and smooth across the surface. And also ensuring that my free edge is nice and flat. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in and grab my cuticle bead. So here I am grabbing that. Excuse my acrylic. Yes, I did get some monomer, inside. That's what those dark 3 dots are. I did go back and get that out though. So now I'm just gently pushing the acrylic towards the cuticle area without flooding my cuticle area. And right here, I noticed that everything was drying up, so I was trying to hurry up. So I kind of had to use the body of my brush to smooth everything out, and it turned out just fine. So there's that. All right, make sure everything is nice and tucked, and here we go. Had something on that nail right there, had to get it off. So now I'm going in with my 80/80 grit file, making sure this shape is nice and crisp, okay? Make sure that you're holding your file straight, because however you hold your file is how that nail shape will turn out. And I know in the beginning when I used to file, I couldn't understand what I was doing wrong, and why my shape was not turning out how I was wanting it to turn out. And it was just simply because I wasn't holding my file straight, okay? So now I'm just filing the free edge, making sure everything is nice and straight across This way may not work for you, and that is totally fine. Do what works for you. But you see how straight everything is? That's me just checking everything. Everything looked good. No matter what you do when it comes to nails, just remember that just because someone does something one way doesn't necessarily mean that that way would work for you, and that is totally fine. You got to find what works for you, and that's what I had to do as well with some things. I used to try to look at people that I looked up to and see how they did things, and some things worked for me and some things just simply did not work for me. But here I am, just making sure everything is clean underneath her nails, sealing those cuticles. Now that everything was buffed, her hands was washed, I'm going in with my lint-free wipe and alcohol, and I'm just cleaning that surface. As I was doing her nails, I came up with a few designs in my head, so I'm going to go ahead and apply those designs on her nails. Okay, so I'm going to start off by applying some blooming gel. Remember, if you're using blooming gel, do a thin layer of blooming gel. You do not need a thick layer, okay? So now I'm just going to go in and apply a few lines down her fingers, down the middle. Here I am. I'm going to do like 4 lines because this nail is pretty short. And then I'm going to go on the side and do 4 small little dot lines, whatever you would like to call them. Making sure everything is matching. I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. After I've done the French, I decided that I wanted to do some of these like caviar diamonds. So I'm going to go in and just sprinkle them on top. These did come from Amazon. I'm going to have to do me an Amazon storefront so you guys can see exactly things that I get from there. If you guys are looking for something specific, maybe that can help out. So when you apply these gems, please make sure you're pushing in the sides, making sure everything is nice and neat. If you do not, it will cure how it is poured on. You want everything to look nice and neat on your client, so make sure you're pushing in those sides, guys, okay? I did bump my client's hand right here, so you just see me going in and cleaning that area up. Okay, so now we're back on that thumb action. You see me just doing my French tip. Make sure that you are polishing that full side right there, guys. I always go in when I'm using like a transparent or super light color. I go in for a second coat, so that way it looks very pigmented. So you see how I'm just making sure everything looks nice and neat with my lines, taking my time. And I'm doing this on the opposite side as well. Just making sure everything looks good. Filling in any spots that I may have missed. And just making sure that I'm getting everything covered. Okay, and for her pinky, I'm going to make sure I apply gel polish right there. This client does not like to see the natural nail color on her tip, so I'll make sure I cover it. Some clients don't mind it, some clients do not like it, so I had forgot to do that one finger, so that's why I only got that one on video. And now I'm just going in, and I noticed right then that I made a mistake, but I'm going to continue on, and I'll fix it later. I'm going to make like the little anchor looking design that I've been seeing lately. I thought it would be cute on this set. So now I'm going in with some white gel polish. Since my anchor was white, I'm going to incorporate white a little bit more on her nails. I'm just going to trace the lining of the pink French lining that I did, and I'm just going to make a thin white line. I am going to go in and clean up any parts that looks bad. You see me cleaning up right here on this side. I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Now I'm going to go in with my Koopa top coat, and I'm just going to apply a thin layer and just look at how shiny this top coat is. I just adore Koopa top coat. I've been using it since I started doing nails, and I am just so in love with them. So if you don't have a bottle of Koopa, maybe you should try them out if you're interested. I'm not a forceful person to be like, oh, you gotta have it, but I highly recommend it. Okay. So now you see me just applying it on the thumb. Make sure when you're done applying your top coats that you are wiping the sides of your client's nails. The reason you want to do that is because you want to make sure that you're keeping that crisp shape. Okay. Once my client has cured her nails, I'm going to have her turn her hand upside down and apply a thin layer of clear under that marble nail, just so that way it is super see-through, and have her put her hands upside down. So here's what it turned out to look like. If you guys could rate this on a scale 1 through 10, comment down below what you guys would rate this set. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I really appreciate you for being here with me. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.